Prior to his first solo movie back in 2008, Iron Man was nothing more than a B-list superhero, especially in terms of his mainstream popularity. Now, however, thanks to Robert Downey Jr.'s iconic ongoing portrayal of the character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he's right up there with the likes of Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man in terms of popularity. With that popularity comes the realization to many people that Iron Man is far from being a one-trick pony. Tony Stark has worn countless variations of his classic armor over the years, all of which can improve it in some way. In this video, we'll take all you geniuses, billionaires, playboys, and philanthropists, and everybody else, through 25 Iron Man armors that are even cooler than the original. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's the best way of keeping up to date with all of Screen Rant's great new videos. Let's start off with a classic, the Hulk Buster. Even mainstream audiences are familiar with this one, after it first appeared on screen in 2015's Avengers Age of Ultron. But in the comics, it first appeared in Iron Man Volume 1, number 304. It's one example of the customizable modular armor, with numerous external add-ons to give it the strength and durability to combat the Hulk, should he go rogue. Next up is the Hulk Buster Mark III, which was created to combat a particularly enraged Hulk in the World War Hulk story arc, which saw the Green Goliath return to Earth after some forced time away on Sakaar. Understandably ticked off at Tony Stark and the other members of the Illuminati who exiled him. The fight between this armor and the Hulk created a shockwave that smashed every window in New York City. The Bleeding Edge armor is another well-known Iron Man armor that is pretty awesome. First appearing in Invincible Iron Man number 25, it was the first armor powered entirely by repulsor technology, using Stark's new device, the RT node. And the entire thing was kept inside Tony's body until it was mentally commanded, at which point it would manifest. The Bleeding Edge armor was later upgraded in Fear Itself number 7. It was enchanted with Asgardian magic and covered in Asgardian metal. The resulting contraption was known as the Iron Destroyer, and it looked absolutely awesome.
Another!
Speaking of Asgard, the Thor Buster armor was created when Thor turned against the Avengers when political tension rose between Earth and the God of Thunder's home realm. Tony Stark wore it in the Invincible Iron Man standoff story, and it was powered by an enchanted Asgardian jewel that Thor originally gave to humans as a source of clean energy.
Nice timing.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Give me a suit, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry, they're only coded to me.
What does that mean?
I got you covered.
The Silver Centurion armor, which first appeared in Iron Man 200, changed the color pattern of Iron Man's suit from red and gold to red and silver. The biggest addition to the armor was its newfound chameleon effect, which enabled it to blend into the environment around it when activated. In Iron Man Bad Blood number 4, Tony Stark created the outer atmospheric armor, specifically to confront Justin Hammer in space, but relatively close to Earth. It's undoubtedly one of the most awesome-looking Iron Man armors to date, with yellow and red trim on a predominantly light blue body. In the epic Avengers vs. X-Men event, Stark wore a couple of different armors designed specifically to combat certain mutants on the opposing side of the war to him. One of them was the Phoenix Killer armor, which looked awesome, but instead of obliterating the Phoenix Force as intended, it simply split it into 5 separate parts.
I'm sorry.
In the same story, Stark wore the anti-Magneto suit, which was made entirely out of carbon nanotubes, rendering it immune to Magneto's metal-controlling powers.
Imagine if they were metal.
In the Marvel Mangaverse, Tony Stark had an awesome trick up his sleeve. The Iron Avengers vehicle he created could form together, Power Rangers Zord style, to create the ultimate Iron Man suit. It first appeared in the Avengers Assemble number 1 comic. In the Marvel Now Believe comic, Tony Stark built the heavy-duty armor Mark I, a high arsenal suit designed to do battle with multiple super-powered foes at once. It was absolutely jam-packed with weaponry and had an incredibly powerful force field for protection. The new Avengers/Transformers Man and Machine crossover story took place in an alternate universe, Earth 7642, where Marvel characters exist alongside characters from DC, Transformers, Witchblade, and many other franchises. The Tony Stark of that Earth created an anti-Transformer armor to fight against the Decepticons, and it looked amazing. However, Megatron lopped its head off.
You got me.
In the Armor Wars story arc, Tony Stark built an enormous Iron Man armor made in the aesthetic style of the world-devouring Galactus, which was designed with combating the cosmic entity in mind if he ever came to Earth with the intention of consuming it. It's known as the Galactus Buster. Another huge armor, known simply as the Giant Iron Man armor, appeared in the Avengers Assemble cartoon. It was a mecha that was designed to fight against any giant-sized threat and most famously went up against a massively enlarged Thanos. The Iron Man Noir armor was created for the Marvel Noir stories that completely reimagined the company's heroes. Iron Man's armor in that reality was created by his father. It looked incredible, and the most impressive thing about it was the fact that he used it to destroy the Nazis. Tony Stark has created and worn a number of stealth armors over the past, but none have been cooler than the Stealth Armor Model 2. It first appeared in Black Panther Volume 3, number 44, and was used to face off against T'Challa. It was created without using metal, and instead, it used Kevlar and ceramics, and it looked great. The Sorcerer Supreme armor appeared in the What If comic, What If, starring Iron Man. In the story, Tony Stark was involved in a car accident with Doctor Strange, which crippled the latter's hands and prevented him from casting spells. Subsequently, Stark learned magic and created an awesome Sorcerer Supreme armor to battle Dormammu. In the Earth X comics, Tony Stark created some pretty awesome-looking iron versions of his fellow Avengers that had previously fallen in battle. They included the likes of Vision, Hawkeye, Giant Man, Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver. The Model Prime armor has all the weapons a standard Iron Man armor has, but it also features an onboard cloaking system and can work autonomously if the pilot is injured. Most impressively, the suit can change shape, meaning, for example, it could look like the Hulkbuster armor at a moment's notice. It made its first full appearance in the Invincible Iron Man Volume 2, number 1. Tony Stark's Model 52 armor, which doesn't really go by any other name, is a large, fully functional armor that can actually be compacted into a fully functional flying car.
Sounds exhausting.
Given that it belongs to Stark, it's obviously a cool hot rod car to boot. It first appeared in All New, All Different Avengers number 1. You're probably familiar with the Extremis virus from Iron Man 3, but in the comics it was also integrated with one of his suits to create the Extremis armor. First appearing in the Invincible Iron Man Volume 4, number 5, it allowed Stark to further connect with his armor on a neurological level, amplifying the suit's capabilities more than ever before. In the alternate reality Exiles comic, one of the worlds that gets explored has Tony Stark ruling it as its emperor.
How about that?
His armor is extremely sinister and evil-looking, and features a cape comparable to Dr. Doom's, which tells you exactly what sort of ruler he was in that reality.
Take a good look, Ben. This is what a man looks like who embraces his destiny.
Speaking of Dr. Doom, in the wake of Civil War II, when Tony Stark was apparently dead, none other than Victor Von Doom took on the mantle of Iron Man in the infamous Iron Man comics. His suit was a powerful mashup of both Iron Man's armor and his traditional getup. No list of cool Iron Man armors would ever be complete without Tony Stark's Arctic armor. It only ever appeared in Iron Man number 318, but was used by Stark to reach his secret Arctic bunker. It was capable of functioning in sub-zero temperatures and was a very striking metallic blue color. Finally, there's the Iron Lantern armor. It first appeared in Iron Lantern number 1, which was also its last appearance, as part of the Amalgam Comics imprint, which was shared by Marvel and DC. It was worn by Hal Stark, an amalgamation of DC's Hal Jordan and Marvel's Tony Stark, and it gave him the powers of both Iron Man and Green Lantern. And that's the end of our video. Did you enjoy it? Which Iron Man armor is your favorite? Would you like to see any of these armors in the movies? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Screen Rant for more great videos just like this one. Bye for now!